it's not important to meditate in Buddhism. What madness is this? But that's what I heard. Okay, I was listening to one of the archived teachings on Land of Compassion Buddha at compassionbuddha.org. Okay, let me give you some background. I was reading this wonderful little book called The Three Boys by Yishi Dorje, and it's a beautiful little book of Buddhist folktales that were wonderful teaching lessons for me. So, of course, if you're interested in getting this book, you can find a link in the video description below, or you can find a link to purchase the book on my website at best-acupuncture.com under the link My Favorite Books. Okay, so a bit of a digression here with seemingly no point, but there is a point. You see, because the book said he was a teacher in residence at the Land of Compassion Buddhist Center in West Covina, California. Okay, so being very West, I was really curious how this guy looked. And I was curious if seeing him would help me understand him more. And, you know, I had an idea of how I wanted this person to look because this little book was such a joy to read. Well, him being very Buddhist, there is absolutely nothing out there on him. Not a pic, not a simple selfie, not him accidentally photobombing the spiritual guide at the Land of Compassion Buddha. Nothing. How incredibly humble of him. And just that one act really highlighted for me how much opportunity I had to learn about humility. Shocking. Okay, so here I am out on the website, compassionbuddha.org, and feeling like I was just given an amazing teaching, but feeling a little bit overwhelmed with how to use it in my life. And since I was on the website, I decided to take a spin around and see what I could find. That's when I found this great teaching in the archive courses by this wonderful person. Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I just want to thank you for your great teaching that you shared with me in the world. He was talking about healing those things that Western medicine can't touch, and he was talking about meditation. And then suddenly, mid-stride, he said,
"Actually, no. Meditation is so many different ways. No important to Buddhism. Meditation is many different ways. Actually, we're doing meditation for coming out of mother's womb."
Well, I heard that, and my immediate response was, what madness is this? Have you ever noticed how statues of Buddha always have these huge ears that come off the head? Well, they say those type of ears belong to a person who can hear all sides of the story. And you know what's amazing is how many actors, actresses have those type of ears. Now, I don't have those type of ears, but I'm working on it. So I try to catch myself when my preconditioned beliefs make it hard for me to hear another opinion. So I can feel when someone says something that comes up against one of my preconditioned beliefs because it feels like a resistance, like a blocking. There's just this lack of flow, and it feels like I closed off my ears. Here's the thing about preconditioned beliefs. Sometimes they have nothing to do with the conversation that you're listening to. So if I can just take a minute to get clarification, sometimes I might learn something new. So here's this teaching on the Land of Compassion Buddha website. And Buddhist monks are experts in this area. Yishi Dorje went to school for 25 years to learn how to become a monk. Literally, he went to school for 25 years to learn how to become a saint. I went to school for 16 years, and it wasn't to learn how to become a saint. So, recognizing that this person has some expertise in the area, I had to sit back and think about it because there was probably a thoughtful response that could add another little piece of wisdom to my life. And whenever there's something that's challenging a belief of mine, I try to start out with what if? And that helps me open up myself to my own inner fantasy world of fairy godmothers and candy cane forests. And that is what I did with this. I said, what if meditation was not important to Buddhism? And this is what I really love about this teaching, because the minute I did that, my world looked different. So, went on to explain that everything is meditation. You are always meditating. This simple act of being born is meditating on coming through the birth canal into the world. Your simple act of getting up and going to work is meditating on getting dressed and going to work. Every thought and every action you have is your meditation of this life. And the thing is, most of these thoughts are unconscious. You give the thoughts little direction. All your physical actions have become so routine that you're not even aware that you're thinking about moving. And that's the same with most emotions. You unconsciously react to the world. What I really liked about this is that meditation isn't something that you do once a day or once a week or whenever you remember. You are actually meditating every second of every day. Each breath you take is part of your meditation to stay human, and meditating is the act of thinking. I have a great episode, 3 Steps to Improve Your Meditation, Part 1, Breath, which talks about why almost every meditation I've been exposed to talks about breath. And I did this episode because it was just so overwhelming for me when I realized why breath was a teacher in meditation. So, what was the big change I got listening to? That this whole life is a meditation. I mean, I finally got it. From the time you're a zygote in the womb to this very point in time is a meditation of your life. Every moment is you training in the physical gym of your life for what you've decided to train in. How do you know what you're training in? You know, what's really bizarre is a circus keeps an elephant chained with a tiny chain around the ankle. And I read once how circus owners train the elephant never to break the chain. As a baby elephant, they would tie it up with a chain. The elephant was too small to break the chain, and that belief became embedded in the elephant. And when the elephant was finally big enough to break the chain, he no longer believed he could. I say that because you are the elephant. You're in this physical gym called the life gym. And by the time you're 7 years old, you've pretty much picked the area where you're going to work out. And I talk more about this in my episode, How Love Can Stop You from Changing, on my YouTube channel. Oh, and I have another blog on the website at best-acupuncture.com called How to Accept People Where They Are, which talks more about environment. So you keep going back to the area and doing that same workout, and whatever that workout is, you're getting stronger and stronger in that area. And by the time you're big, you no longer believe there's another way. And you know, to be a professional athlete in whatever it is you have chosen, you have to work out every day until it's just a reflex response to movement, right? Right. Your reaction has become unconscious. That's who you are. Every single one of us is a professional ball player in life. And you've gotten so good at it that every one of your reactions and responses is unconscious. If you sat down right now and thought about it, You might not be able to figure out where you've been training because you stopped consciously thinking about it and just started doing it a long time ago. Okay, so he didn't really say that meditation is not important to Buddhism. He meant that there's all different types of meditations. And for most people, their whole life is an unconscious meditation of going back to the same gym over and over. And you've done it so much that now you're this beautiful sentient elephant who no longer believes you can break the chain. For most, life is your unconscious meditation. So then there is, what's a conscious meditation? And that's a type of meditation that we all talk about. Any type of meditation that you think of today is conscious meditation. And this type of meditation aims to consciously change how you're thinking and interacting with the world. So instead of spending your whole life unconsciously meditating yourself into existence, conscious meditation is the start of consciously structuring your thoughts and actions to create the world you want. Well, that sounds like whatever meditation technique you choose is going to be good for you because they all work at changing how you interact with the world. It just sounds like whatever meditation you choose, you need to have a goal. Okay, to the Land of Compassion Buddhist Center and your wonderful teachers, I humbly and graciously thank you for sharing your teachings with me and the world. And for all of you who are awakening, thank you for being present with me here and now. And until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.